Try easy now, easy. So last we left off with Miss Mighty Mouse. She's given me a scare since then. Thought she was dying. Her little journey here. You're gonna go down, honey. I can tell she's really weak in these front legs, like really, really weak. So I kind of talked to a couple of different friends and she was acting really good, but she started to lose a lot of the strength in her front legs. Don't go down, don't go down. Like she can't get up on her own, like that bad. So I noticed the other day when we took her out, you guys saw I had to pick her up to help her get up. And it's been like that ever since. So she's been having a lot of trouble standing. She had lots of strength in her back legs, which is kind of weird. Like usually when they have births like this or they go through things like this, it's usually the back legs that go first. But for her, it's been her front legs. So she'll get up on her back legs, but then she can't get up. She'll just snake her neck out and she can't pull her legs up underneath her. So I've been kind of treating her like a polio goat. Polio is when they have like thiamine deficiencies, which goats really need a lot of thiamine in their systems to function. And usually, like I said, protocol, when they start acting sick, like I start giving them thiamine or a B complex. See, there she goes. Oh, you went down, but you found in a really nice comfy spot. A really nice comfy spot. I'll help you stand up. Maybe I'll show you guys like kind of how she's doing when I try to stand her up. Maybe you try to stand up. Can you try? Come on, let's get up. Get up. See, she goes from this back. She pushes her butt up, but it's like she just cannot get her front legs to work. Come on, let's get up. Let's get up. You need to still stay up. We need to do some physical therapy here. Okay. Now I'm trying to just give her a little bit of help so she learns to start pulling those legs up in front of her. I know. You're okay. Here you go. I know. Hey, Jane, go get. Here, little girl. There we go. Good job. You found your way over onto this pile. This probably isn't the best place for you. Jane, go get away from her. Leave her alone. I've been having to help her like that a lot. This morning, I thought she wasn't going to make it. Like, she's standing now and moving around really well. And we did have the vet come out. You've got such a fluffertons under here. I always worry you've got bottle jaw, which bottle jaw is a sign of extreme anemia and usually signifies like a heavy warm load. So since Wednesday, when you guys saw me take her out, she's been doing this. So she's been getting a barrage of Banamine and Dex kind of intermittently so that she gets a steroidal effect, but she also gets a pain reliever. So I called the vet this morning, had plenty of tears this morning because I literally thought we were going to lose her today. But luckily my vet knows when I call him, it's because like I really, really need him. Like, what are you gonna do? He knows I really need him. So at first they're like, well, we can't get out till tomorrow, or you can bring her in tomorrow. And I started going off. This is what I've treated her with. These are how her symptoms have progressed. And she's like, well, let me go talk to him real quick. And came back about 2 minutes later of being on hold. And she's like, he's coming today. He says he needs to see this goat today. And he came out and he did what I've done. He gave thiamine and he gave dexamethasone. He did also have like an antibiotic. I wasn't here. I was up doing a site tour for the Indiana Homesteading Conference for our venue up in Marion County in Indianapolis. And Mark did a FaceTime call. It was just as they were getting done. But he did give her an antibiotic that should last for about 5 days. And I have seen like she's picked up a little bit. So like if anything in a couple of days, if she's not really, really improved, I'm going to ask him, what did you give her? And can you give it to me so I can administer and keep her going, because I am on the precipice of kidding season. I love her. And I'm so terribly sad that we lost her doeling and her buckling. I'm just really glad that she is still here with us, because in situations like this, you pick the doe. You pick the doe every time. I don't regret my decisions on treating her. I just really wish it turned out differently. And this also comes back to those constructive and destructive what ifs. This is a tool. I'm still not sure what caused that miscarriage. And while this is due to her antibiotics, like, I'm just glad that I have a really good relationship with my vet. My vet came out and saw her. But she's doing okay for right now. Did you feel good enough to make it in here? You didn't? I'm so proud of you. You keep getting better, girl. You keep getting better. Come on. Come on. This is a form of physical therapy for you. Oh, gosh, I'm so glad to see this. Good girl. Are you feeling better? You're walking better. Still can't get up on your own, though. But you're looking better. You're looking better, sweetheart. You look better. All right, so we're done with getting Mighty Mouse up today, making sure she's doing better. She's moving a lot better. I just gave her a whole bunch of stuff. I gave her some iron, and the reason I decided to give her some iron, guys, and I went ahead and I hard dewormed, because after she had her babies, usually it's good practice to just go ahead and deworm your doe, because the stress and the strain from labor opens them up and makes them a little bit more susceptible immunity-wise, and they may require like a hard dewormer. And if you've been with me long enough, you know that when I say hard dewormer, I'm talking like the chemical stuff. I usually use Land of Havilla, which is an herbal dewormer, but this winter I've battled. And I will tell you why I've battled, because it's been mild. It has been hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. Then we've had rain. We had torrential rains last Friday, which is kind of what kicked off Mighty Mouse's illness, because we had so much rain and it was really warm, but the next morning everything froze. It got really cold. So you have like a lot of this warm weather coming in with rain and precipitation, and then it gets really cold. So there hasn't been a really long period where the ground is really frozen and it's really cold like we normally get. And that has made our parasite load here go insane. You want to go out? You can't go out, baby. I'm sorry. So she's also starting to develop bottle jaw. So this is why I got off on a tangent. This is why I'm talking about deworming and why I'm deworming her. We also thought maybe between polio, when the front legs started going, like, well, maybe it's meningeal worm. And I need to start the protocol for that, which is an ungodly amount of fenbendazole. Which is normally like a white type of dewormer, Safeguard, Panicure, things like that, and giving them like a lot for 5 days. So she's on day 3, and I'm not going to stop that protocol because my vet said keep doing it. He's like, at this point, like, really, it's a Hail Mary because she was so sick. He's like, keep treating her like a polio goat, keep treating her for meningeal worm. And then yesterday she started getting bottle jaw, which means she's anemic, which isn't uncommon after they have pregnancy, and she's still cleaning. She didn't clean as fast as most, which cleaning means passing placenta. I think she finished cleaning yesterday. If I keeping tabs on her and what was left behind when she was laying down, she finished cleaning yesterday. And notice the bottle jaw. I've got her on red cell. She's getting iron for the next 3 days. So I will keep up with that, and that should take care of her bottle jaw, and it should take care of any parasite bloom. But she's improving. She just still can't get up. This is spring playing tricks on us. It's supposed to get up to 45 today, too. So you know this won't stay around. June, do you like it? You love the snow? As much as snow is really fun and stuff, and it's really beautiful, like, I'm ready for the daffodil yellows that I've gotten used to over the last few weeks, the crocus purples. I'm to that point where I know Mother Nature does this. I know she gets a little drunk on the weekends and she does this, but I'm ready for green grass, ready to get my seeds started, which I'm doing that this weekend. And I am ready for just full steam ahead of kidding and milking and gardening and just a simple life, even though sometimes it's hard to balance a simple life when you're already working a full-time job and you're still running in the rat race and trying to do all these other things that fulfill you right here. I'm finding my life so conflicting here lately because we have really been driven to live a more simple life, which is gardening and living with the land and stewardship and having livestock and trying to have a little bit more dependency on ourselves instead of worrying about the grocery store. We want food security. And as much as like a simple life is beautiful and it's wonderful, it really clashes with those of us that are still running the rat race. So we still work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Now we're blessed. We work remotely, so I don't have to leave my home during the week. But it's really hard when this life, growing your food and being one with your livestock and, you know, all things homesteading and self-sufficiency, it really clashes with the rat race. And the reason for it being is that it's simpler, and sometimes the season makes it move slow, and it's pure and it's wholesome. When you're working 40 hours a work week at least, on top of this, it makes you question. You have to really want to live this lifestyle to do it and work 40 hours a week, because like literally, like, rest is not a thing, you know? And I've been talking to my husband a lot because I really love Megan Walterman, and I really love Constance over at the Cosmopolitan Cornbread. Megan's got a channel at the Walterman Homestead. I'm going to drop both those links down below because those ladies are just wonderful, and I really look up to them. Come on, guys. Get out of the duck pen. They don't want you. Come on, get out. Quit trying to eat. Left, go. Go. And the reason I bring them up is that they're very Christian women like I am, and they make sure that they honor Shabbat, which is day of rest. God gives us a day of rest. And you know, I saw one of Megan's posts the other day, and it may have been Constance, I'm not sure, it might have been either one of them, because they both remind me so much of one another, that God gives us a day of rest because it's a weapon to wield against the devil, because the enemy wants us to be so pulled into everything that we're doing and to not rest, because if we don't rest, we get really anxious, and then we start doing the things that we care about poorly because we don't have enough rest to do them. And it really got me to thinking. I'm like, yeah, I overdo and I overwork and I over everything. And maybe I need to start finding discipline. Discipline would be a really good way of putting it, which discipline and rest don't seem like they're words that would coincide in the same realm. But for me, they do, because I'm type A. We've got a lot going on in the barn, and there are going to be periods where like I cannot rest. Like with the Indiana Homesteading Conference, with my goats kidding and trying to live this life, there are just periods where like I don't rest because I can't. And I don't want to get emotional, because like that really hit me when it said that God gives you rest because it's a weapon against the enemy. And I have thought of all the times where I've been overwhelmed, and like when I hated this lifestyle, because guys, there's going to be times where you're going to hate the garden because it needs weeded, or the produce is going to go bad if you don't get to it. You're going to hate your livestock because they're getting sick right when you're going into kidding season. Mighty Mouse. There are going to be reasons that are going to make you hate the lifestyle that normally you would love. And it's because you're overstimulated, you're overproducing, you're overworking, you're overdoing all of it. And you're not allowing yourself a day or a few hours of just rest. Where there's no screen in front of your face, you're not sending out emails, you're not making a video, you're not taking care of your livestock, you're not taking care of like the kids are, you know, and I guess maybe Shabbat can come, maybe not in a full day, but for me, I'm going to start with small periods, because I don't know if I could do a full day. That for some people that might sound ridiculous. What do you mean you can't make yourself rest for a whole day? Up here, I can't. So it's a battle up here, and this is where all battles start spiritually. Is right behind the eyes. That's where the battle resides. So there's your theological Mulberry branch moment, I guess. Spiritual moment, not theological. It wasn't theological at all. It was just spiritual, talking about spiritual warfare and battles, and yeah, you get it. Okay, so today is Wednesday. Mighty Mouse miscarried last Tuesday, and if you know what we've been going through with Mighty Mouse, you know that she's been down. It's been a lot of extra care. I will still keep up with treatments, but she's standing. She's standing. And I did not put her up this morning. I'm just out here making sure to do some checks on some expectant moms, new babies yesterday. And she's standing all on her own. Oh, and you're gonna come over and say good morning to us? Good morning, Mighty. Good morning, Marty. Oh, this is a good sign. You want to eat? Oh, you want to eat the camera? You want to eat the camera? You want to eat the camera? A good girl. She's acting pretty much normal, which is, that's good. Yesterday, she started being able to get up on her own a little bit. Nothing like crazy, but yeah, I'm not letting you out. It's too dark out there, lady. I might let you out into the field today, though. You might get out into the field today. She's trying to go for a morning walk. Trying to go for a morning walk, eh? Yeah. You're back to your normal, I want to eat your fingers. I want to eat your fingers, girl. So, thank Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Answered prayers. Because as we go into kidding season a little bit more, I really need her to kind of shape up or ship out. I wouldn't ship her out just because she was sick, just so we know it's just a saying, guys. It just makes it so much easier when you're kidding to have one less in the sick bay. Well, y'all, it won't be long now before you are seeing kidding season in these videos, and Mighty Mouse is doing so much better. I feel so relieved, and I cannot wait to bring you along on the first successful kiddings of 2023 here on Mulberry Branch Farm. Thank you so much for sticking with us through these episodes and sharing your time with us. We hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, let us know by dropping us a like, leaving us a comment, and subscribing. But until next time, y'all, we hope you are all staying safe out there and being kind to one another. God bless you. Bye, y'all.